I went from looking like this to this, and since then I have been in over 7 relationships and been on countless of dates where I have even been making out with a girl inside of a forest. And in this video I'm going to show you exactly how I transform my looks so you can become the most attractive version of yourself. So you can also be making out with a girl inside of the forest. And if you didn't know already, my name is Oliver and I help guys become the most attractive version of themselves. And if you didn't know already, the single best way to do so is by building an aesthetic body. If you don't know how to build an aesthetic body but you really want to, then I have just a solution for you. Just go down and click the top link in the description. All the details are there. So step number 1, is building an aesthetic physique important for attracting girls? To answer this, I have texted over like 5 different girls on which physique amongst these 5 pictures is the most attractive one. And can you guess what they said? They all said the fat guy. Fuck no, I'm just joking. They all of course said an aesthetic physique, which was mine. It wasn't even comparable. It was so easy that they literally typed the number, which in this example was 2, and then they just said easy. But those were just 5 girls that I knew and that I have been dated before. But what about a celebrity? What would she think about which is the most attractive physique? I also texted her what the most attractive physique for her would be amongst these 5 pictures. And can you guess which one she liked the most? She didn't fucking guess. So that's why I had to get the replacements from before. So now that we know which physique is actually the most attractive to girls, let's take a look at why my physique is more attractive than this guy who has actually more muscle than me. So why is it that this guy who has literally more muscle than me, looks more dominant, looks more masculine, is not more attractive than me? Well, I also texted the girls why they didn't like this physique the most, because I was really wondering about it, because I thought generally that he would be more attractive. But he wasn't, and they said it was because he looked all unnatural. It looked like he tried too much to be somebody that he's not. Because do you know the saying that bodybuilders or just big people in general are carrying breaths, which basically means that you have trained your lats so much that your arms is literally going out like this and you walk around like this. Even my parents, they were literally the ones coming up with the term that they are carrying breath. And they always say, please don't train so much that you look like this. It looks so unattractive. And not only does it look unattractive, but it also gives a signal that you don't, like that you kinda are an angry person. That's kind of what they explained to me. It's kind of hard to explain, but they just said that he isn't approachable. You don't want to approach a guy like that. So that's why don't train your muscles too much so you begin to look like this, but train it so you look like me. So the conclusion is basically that this physique is literally the most attractive physique, which is exactly what I have built. And if you want to know the exact way to build this physique so you can finally attract girls as well, I have just a solution for you. Go down and click the top link in the description. It's the program that I have been making, and I teach everything, literally what workout split you should be doing, the diet that you should have, how to take pictures so you can literally attract more girls on Tinder when you have built this physique, and much more. Just go down and click the top link in the description. All the details are there. So step number 2, become the charismatic guy, aka just get better social skills. So first of all, why the fuck should you listen to a young guy like me? Well, let me tell you. So I was at something called the after school. On this after school, with the year, we only lived there for like a year. And then when that year was over, we had to get nominations. There was nominations for a lot of different things. So for example, which guy was the most charismatic, which one had the most friends, or was the most popular guy, like with friends, which one was the most smiling person, so which one did people appreciate the most because he gives the most positive vibes, and then some other things that I don't really remember as well. But I literally got, I think it was 4 or 5 nominations in total about these different things that I just said. So I literally got nominated as the best friend on the entire school. So basically what I'm saying is that I have fucking good social skills. So you better fucking listen to me if you want to get similar results. Basically what this takes is that literally what I just did was that every single time that I came out from the house and I had to go down and eat breakfast, whoever I saw walk down on the way, I knew the name of them, because I knew that when you know somebody's name, they will appreciate it because they feel important, because you remember them. So I would literally go straight over or wave at a distance, and I will be like, oh, what's up, bro, or their name. And then they will be like, oh, what's up, Oliver? Have you been sleeping well, or something like that. They literally started to ask me, because I'm usually the guy now who always asks them the question. So now they are taking kind of an interest back in me, right? And then we have like always a fucking 10-15 minute conversations, and now that guy will appreciate me more because I just listened to him, to what he had to say. It's literally such an important tip that I can give you, and that is literally why I got nominated as being one of the most friendliest guy with all the other people. And the way that I became this charismatic and the way that people actually want to talk with me was because I did one specific thing, and that was just smiling. I literally just came up to them with a smile, and then I gave them a compliment. I always did this in the start, just because when you give somebody a compliment, they will really appreciate it. I'm telling you, you maybe think that it's kind of vague, but I'm telling you, people love fucking compliments. Because think about what the clothes they have on. I'm telling you, they have been thinking for fucking hours what they should have on and what would be the most attractive to have on. And when you fucking compliment them on their choice that they have been making, I'm telling you, they will appreciate it so much. And when you become more sociable, you get more social status. When you get more social status, more girls become into you, because they think, oh my god, this guy knows so many people, but he's also a social guy. Of course, that is attractive because he's charismatic. The next important thing that you need to learn is to listen to people. Don't be that fucking guy who's just interrupting the people all the time, or you're not even looking them into the eyes, but you're kind of looking away. You hear something, then you fucking look away because they are not the most important thing to you anymore. Of course, when it's like girls that you're around, you can kind of look away if you hear something, right? That's pretty natural. But when it's with boys, I would highly recommend you to just simply look them into the eyes, and then you just nod with a smile on your face when they have something to say. And then, okay, imagine you're talking to me right now. You're saying that you had it kind of rough right now. I will be looking like this. Yeah. That makes so much sense. That must really have been rough for you. That's all I say. Then I let him yap again, and then you just, Then maybe you don't smile, right? Then you have a serious face. But if they talk about something exciting, then you just smile and you're like, fuck yeah. Yeah. That's so nice, bro. Wow. That must have felt nice, didn't it? Can you see how I'm literally almost not saying anything, but they would just be carrying on the conversation. So the quote that I want you to have, which I wrote down, is this. The best way to come inside somebody's heart is to make them feel important and heard. And the way to do that is by listening. It's the single best way to do so. And if you want to know more about how you can become the most attractive version of yourself and improve your social skills and all of these different things, then I would highly recommend you to go down and subscribe. I'm the best guy that could teach you these things. I genuinely believe so. But now let's go to the step number 3, which is actually the most important thing that actually made me become the most attractive, other than of course building an aesthetic body, which is improving your facial attractiveness. There's basically a couple of natural things that you can do to actually improve the skull structure of your face. These are, among other things, heart mewing, breathing through your nose, training your brachialis, which is basically your eye muscle up here, which will give you that kind of hunter eye look. And then you can train your forward growth, which is basically by mewing, doing something called the prayer, and doing something called kiss the sky. All of these different techniques went me from looking like this to this. I'm telling you, if you just do these things every single day, and what I would recommend is just progressively overload with it. So first of all, start by doing the prayer, which it's so easy to do. You literally take your hands like you are going to pray, then you take your thumbs under your chin here, so it rests, and then you literally try to apply force upwards, and then you just try to resist with your jaw going downwards like this. That will literally give you more forward growth because you're training your muscles here. Why is forward growth so important, you may ask? Just take a look at these different pictures before and after results. Literally also me, I also went through a bit of a transformation myself, and it makes such a huge difference on your attractiveness. So basically look at these two different pictures, right? Look at this picture right here, and then look at this picture right here. Why is there a difference in their attractiveness? Because sure enough, but what's the reason behind it? Like, we know it's more attractive, but what's the reason? It's literally because you look stronger. You look like you have thicker bones. Bigger bones will make you look more masculine, which is such an attractive trait to women. And again, all of these things plus how to get aesthetic is exactly what I teach inside of my program. So go down and click the top link in the description if you want to learn exactly how to do it, what to do, all these different things, etc. I really hope that you got some value out of this video. I really did I literally took a long time to just think about what would really help you become more attractive. So you can start getting some more confidence in yourself. So you can start attracting more girls. Because I hated it when I had this problem. It's so fucking depressing to not being able to attract any girls. That's why I would highly recommend you to subscribe to this channel so I can help you as much as possible to getting your first girlfriend and just attract multiple girlfriends in your life. And the way that you can become one step closer to this is by go watch this video over here. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day, bro. Mwah!